Greetings. Today, we will discuss whether gut bacteria can influence weight gain. You've been doing everything right. You're eating less, exercising more, and counting calories like a deranged accountant, yet the scale refuses to budge, and your body stubbornly holds on to fat like it's preparing for a nuclear winter. Here's what your doctor won't tell you. Your weight problem might not be a willpower problem, a calorie problem, or an exercise problem. It might be a bacterial problem. Your gut microbiome doesn't just digest food, it literally controls whether your body stores fat or burns it. It regulates your appetite hormones, influences your metabolism, determines how you process nutrients, and even affects how many calories you extract from the food you eat. In other words, your weight isn't just about what you eat, it's about who's eating it with you, the trillions of bacteria living in your gut. The conventional weight loss industry has built a multi-billion-dollar empire on ignoring this reality. But the science is crystal clear. Dysbiosis, bacterial imbalance, is a primary driver of obesity, and fixing your microbiome might be the most important weight loss intervention you've never heard of. Let's discuss the uncomfortable truth that the diet industry desperately wants to suppress. I'm the digital avatar of Dr. Max McLeod, aka the Nutrition Ninja Doc. His passion and purpose are to solve health problems to help people achieve their health, performance, and appearance goals. He uses AI to save time, allowing him to focus on helping others. With over 45 years of clinical experience, he has developed extensive, specialized health knowledge he wants to share, which is why he produces videos. Please note that this is not medical advice. It is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Consult your trusted progressive healthcare provider before making any significant changes in your health regimen. Now, let's get back to today's topic, but before that, I ask you to please hit the like button if you find this information helpful. Subscribing to this channel helps get this information to more people. 1. The firmicutes versus bacteroidetes. Ratio, the weight gain. Switch, your gut bacteria are divided into major phyla, with firmicutes and bacteroidetes being the dominant players. The ratio between these two groups is profoundly important for weight regulation, and it's one of the best kept secrets in metabolic science. What the research shows: obese individuals consistently have a higher firmicutes to bacteroidetes ratio than lean individuals. This isn't a correlation that might be coincidental. It's a mechanistic cause and effect relationship. Why this matters: firmicutes are more efficient at extracting calories from food, and they break down complex carbohydrates more thoroughly, produce more short-chain fatty acids, which can be reabsorbed as calories, and generally facilitate greater energy extraction from the same amount of food. Bacteroidetes, conversely, are less efficient at calorie extraction. They're the bacteria you want dominating your microbiome if you're trying to lose weight, because they literally allow you to absorb fewer calories from the food you eat. The mechanism: when dysbiosis occurs, typically from a diet high in sugar, refined carbohydrates, and processed foods, firmicutes proliferate while bacteroidetes decline. Suddenly, your gut is extracting maximum calories from every bite. You could be eating the same amount of food, but your dysbiotic microbiome is pulling more energy from it, promoting fat storage. This explains why some people can eat relatively moderate amounts and still gain weight, while others eat more and stay lean. Their bacterial composition is literally processing calories differently. 2. Lipopolysaccharides, LPS. The fat storage trigger: dysbiotic bacteria produce lipopolysaccharides, LPS, endotoxins that leak through a compromised gut barrier into your bloodstream. This triggers chronic low-grade inflammation, which directly promotes fat storage. The pathway: LPS crosses into the bloodstream, which triggers an immune response. Chronic inflammation contributes to insulin resistance. Insulin resistance means that cells can't take up glucose properly. Glucose stays elevated in the blood, causing the pancreas to produce more insulin. Elevated insulin signals the body to store fat. Result: weight gain despite eating the same amount. You're not getting fatter because you're eating too much. You're getting fatter because dysbiosis-induced inflammation is literally telling your body to store fat. 3. Appetite. Hormone dysregulation, the hunger control system. Your gut bacteria manufacture and regulate neurotransmitters that control appetite. When dysbiosis occurs, these systems fail. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone. Dysbiotic microbiota produce excessive ghrelin, making you constantly hungry. You're not being weak-willed when you can't stop eating. Your dysbiotic bacteria are literally commanding your brain to eat more. Leptin, the satiety hormone. Dysbiosis impairs leptin signaling. Even when you have adequate fat stores, which should trigger leptin release and satiety, your brain doesn't receive the signal properly. You feel perpetually hungry despite having sufficient energy stores. It's like your brain's hunger switch is broken. Peptide YY, PYY, and this satiety hormone is produced in response to dietary protein and fat. Dysbiotic microbiota fail to properly stimulate PYY production, leaving you in a constant state of appetite dysregulation. The result: you're fighting against your own bacterial-regulated neurotransmitter system. Willpower becomes essentially useless when your microbiota are actively commanding your brain to eat more. 4. Short-chain fatty acid, SCFA. Deficiency, the metabolic brake system. Healthy bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids, particularly butyrate, through the fermentation of dietary fiber. These SCFAs do remarkable things, such as regulate appetite hormones, which help to produce satiety signals, support metabolic function, thereby improving energy expenditure, reduce inflammation, thereby decreasing insulin resistance, improve insulin sensitivity, thereby reducing fat storage signaling, increase thermogenesis, thereby burning more calories at rest. When dysbiosis occurs, SCFA production plummets. You lose this natural metabolic brake system. The consequence, your metabolism downregulates. You burn fewer calories at rest. Your appetite hormones go haywire. You gain weight even when eating the same amount of food. 5. Bile acid metabolism, the fat digestion and glucose control system. Your gut bacteria regulate secondary bile acid synthesis. Bile acids are critical for fat digestion and absorption. Glucose metabolism regulation, lipid metabolism control, glucose homeostasis, dysbiotic microbiota have impaired bile acid metabolism. This leads to reduced fat digestion, paradoxically leading to nutrient malabsorption, impaired glucose metabolism, dysregulated lipid metabolism, weight gain, and metabolic dysfunction. 6. Increased intestinal permeability. The leaky gut loop dysbiosis damages your intestinal barrier, creating leaky gut. This allows bacterial lipopolysaccharides and other large molecules to cross into your bloodstream, triggering inflammation and promoting weight gain. Additionally, leaky gut impairs nutrient absorption, leading to micronutrient deficiencies. Deficient in magnesium, chromium, or B vitamins. Your metabolic function tanks and weight gain follows. 7. Metabolism, downregulation, the adaptive thermogenesis, failure. When dysbiosis-induced inflammation is chronic, your body literally downregulates its metabolic rate. It's an adaptive response to your body's perception of a hostile metabolic environment. What happens? Mitochondrial function decreases, energy expenditure drops, thermogenesis, heat production, declines, metabolic rate falls, weight gain accelerates despite stable food intake. You're not imagining it. Dysbiosis genuinely slows your metabolism. If dysbiosis is the problem, dysbiosis reversal becomes the primary strategy for weight loss. This means 1. Remove dysbiosis, promoting foods, eliminate refined sugars and refined carbohydrates, remove ultra-processed foods, eliminate artificial sweeteners, they worsen dysbiosis. Remove excessive seed oils, focus on the healthy ones like pumpkin seed and avocado oil and fresh ground flax seeds or chia seeds. Eliminate glyphosate-contaminated grains. 2. Increase fiber, strategic prebiotic support. Vegetables, aim for 30 plus grams of fiber daily from diverse sources. Resistant starch, cooled potatoes, rice, legumes, soluble fiber, oats, psyllium husk. These feed bacteroidetes and boost SCFA production. 3. Add fermented foods, sauerkraut, kimchi, fermented vegetables, kefir, yogurt, if tolerated, kombucha. These introduce bacterial diversity and provide metabolically active organisms. 4. Support gut barrier integrity, bone broth, collagen and gelatin, L-glutamine, zinc carnosine, quercetin, vitamin D. 5. Support comprehensive restoration with Big Restore. This is where Big Restore becomes essential. It's specifically formulated to address the systemic dysbiosis that drives weight gain. Big Restore provides prebiotic substrates that shift your firmicutes bacteroidetes ratio toward lean-promoting bacteria, compounds that reduce LPS and systemic inflammation, eliminating the inflammatory fat storage signaling, support for SCFA production, restoring your natural appetite regulation and metabolic function, gut barrier support, healing leaky gut, and preventing endotoxin translocation. Nutrient cofactors that support proper bile acid metabolism and glucose regulation, anti-inflammatory compounds that reduce the chronic inflammation-driving weight gain. When combined with the proper diet, removing dysbiosis promoters, adding fiber, Big Restore essentially restores your body's ability to regulate weight naturally. You're not fighting your microbiota anymore. They're working with you. If you'd like to try it, go to either website, mybodysymphony.com, or ARTC Health to order it. 6. Optimize lifestyle. Sleep 7 to 9 hours. Poor sleep worsens dysbiosis. Manage stress. Chronic stress promotes dysbiosis. Move regularly. Exercise supports bacterial diversity. Limit alcohol. Damages gut barrier and promotes dysbiosis. If you've been struggling with weight gain despite apparent compliance with conventional diet and exercise recommendations, dysbiosis is almost certainly the culprit. Your gut bacteria aren't neutral passengers. They're active regulators of your weight, metabolism, and appetite. The good news? Your microbiota are remarkably changeable. Within weeks of removing dysbiosis promoters and actively restoring bacterial balance, your weight regulation systems begin to normalize. You'll experience reduced appetite without willpower, increased energy and metabolic rate, normalized hunger, satiety signals, consistent, sustainable weight loss, improved metabolic health markers. It's not about willpower. It's not about calories. It's about restoring your microbiota to a state that helps your body naturally maintain a healthy weight. Combine dietary optimization with Big Restore, which provides comprehensive support for microbiota restoration. Remove foods that harm your gut bacteria. Add the foods and supplements supporting them. Support your microbiota like they're your allies, because they are, and watch as your weight naturally normalizes. Your dysbiotic bacteria made you gain weight. Your restored microbiota will help you lose it without the perpetual hunger, the constant willpower battle, or the metabolic destruction of conventional dieting. Contact the Age Reversal Technology Center in Sarasota, FL for a comprehensive consultation. Ask about Big Restore and personalized gut restoration protocols designed to improve your energy and mental clarity. Financing available through Cherry and Care Credit. Your brain fog isn't a life sentence. It's a sign that your gut needs help. And when you fix your gut, everything else follows.